Alrighty, let's get, just want to put you guys on the gallery so I can see you. Let's get started in kneeling or seated, whatever works. I just want to start by aligning the spine. So I want to feel back of the head over sacrum. Sit bones reach down in towards the earth or the block. Let's just throw a couple of shoulder shrugs in. So as you breathe in, lift the shoulders all the way up to the bottom of your ears, right up. And then as you exhale, take the shoulders back. Drag them all the way down your back. Again, big breath into the upper back. Shoulders reach right up to the ears. As you exhale, to take them back and then feel it's like a sense like you're massaging the tension at the back of the heart there. It's nothing too intense. Let's do one more. So deep breath in, feel the breath through the upper back. Shoulders reach up towards the ears. And then we take the shoulders back and we squeeze and we exhale, shoulders all the way down the back. And then resting the hands either on the knees or the thighs. Moving straight into IAP breath. So you're feeling the breath move through the side, the back, and the front of the ribs. And we'll focus today. I want to focus on keeping the breath like unbroken. So when we talk in yoga about Vinyasa, what Vinyasa actually means is that we link the movement to the breath. And so today, what I'd like us to focus on is that there's no kind of dropping the breath in between the inhale and the exhale. It's a continuous loop in and out. Let's just take a breath in together. Exhale out together. And then start to feel for that way of breathing. So as you start to gradually draw your breath in, you'll get to a point where you feel like you need to pause, then start to breathe out. Same again, you'll feel like you're running out of breath, start to breathe in. And then breathing out. Just keep working with that cycle now as you concentrate your awareness on the fluidity of the breath, that continuous loop of breathing in and breathing out. Remembering that the breath is for the mind what asana is for the body. The smoother and the more continuous we can make the breath, the steady, more settled the mind becomes. When we settle the mind, it's easier to stay in the pause without reaction. And we take that skill then from the mat into life, so there's less reaction in life. Okay, open your eyes. Move your prop away if you're on a prop. Let's start with a really basic spinal twist. I want to take the left leg straight forward. Right knee comes in towards your chest. The right hand comes behind the back, and then inhale, lift the left arm right up. Get a heap of space there. You can hook the right knee with your elbow. If you want more, you can take the elbow outside the knee, but feel mostly that your spine is really straight. So you want to feel the sit bones reach down, crown of the head reach up. And here's how we work with the breath. So as you breathe in, you want to feel that there's space happening through the spine. You're lifting and lengthening skyward. And then as you breathe out, there's a little bit of a twist of the spine. So again, we breathe in to grow tall. And breathe out to twist. Just do one more again. Just let the breath be what lifts you up. And then let the breath be what makes you twist. So the breath informs the movement. And from there, come back through the midline, take the right knee over the left. So you've still got the left leg straight, the right knee's in like a half knee pile. Take the left hand out to the left and inhale the right arm overhead. So I want to feel like there is a little bit of arching through the right rib cage. And again, we want to bring our awareness back to the continuity of the breath. So the breath moves in and down towards the right hip, all the way through the right side ribs. And then as you breathe out, it moves all the way back up. Keep going with the continuity as you feel the right side of the neck relax. A little bit more opening through the tissues of the right rib cage. And then using the right arm, come all the way back up. Bend the bottom knee this time. If you can't do that, no worries. You can keep the legs straight. Take both hands behind your back as you inhale, lift the chest up. So the collarbones are nice and wide. And then just walk forward enough. Remember, it's really early in the practice. Just enough to feel like there's certain tissues around the hips there. Getting a little bit of tension release. Don't need to go so far. Chin is tucked, the back of the neck is long. Maybe start to give the feet a little bit of a stretch out there too. So feeling the foot bones spread and open. Gain more softness through the jaw. And then we come all the way back up on the inhale. Unravel the legs and we'll come straight to the other side. So the right leg extends forward on the exhale and the left knee bends this time. Same. So we inhale the right arm up, get lots of space there, and then hook the elbow or elbow outside the knee. So again, we want to feel sit bones plugged down. Chest lifts skyward and lengthens. And then the breath guides us deeper in the twist. So even if you need to back off a little there after each exhale, I sometimes come out a little, get a bit more length on the breath in. And then let the exhale guide the twist a little deeper there. And we do one more breath in to lift up, plug down through the sit bones. And a breath out to twist. And then ease your way back through the midline. We come into the half knee pile with the left knee on top. The right hand is out to the right, and then we inhale the left arm up, get a heap of space, and exhale over. So again, we want to start to feel a little bit more awareness through the feet for sure. Just as though the bones are starting to spread open a little. Left side of the neck is relaxed and the chest is lifted. Maybe now we're starting to arrive on the mat. It usually takes a little bit of time. You can start to close down the eyes. And start to feel a little bit more internally the quality of your breath. So when you take a breath in, where does it go? And likewise, when you breathe out, what happens inside? And maybe there's just that little bit more space. And then use your left arm to come all the way up. Both knees bend if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Keep the bottom leg straight. And then hands behind you. Inhale, lift up through the chest, spread the collarbones. And walk the hands forward as you exhale, keeping the toes spread nice and wide. We inhale to lift the chest up. And we exhale to go forward. So again, it's just enough to feel like we're opening up the body, enough so that it can receive the amount of breath it needs. Yeah, come all the way up on the breath in. You're going to need your block and wind your legs on the breath out. Let's see how I can do this so you can see. So you'll be on your back. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. If you need to keep your feet down, you're going to work with your right hand on the block, and the block will be on your left thigh. If you feel like you can go a bit deeper, you'll have your feet up, right forearm on the block, and the block is the longest way you can do that. All right. I'm going to do this with my feet down today because I haven't done this for a really long time. All right. If you want to pick your feet up, go for it. But remember, we always want to feel this in abdomen, not lower back. So the block is on the left thigh, the right hand or the right forearm, feet are down or up, and the left arm goes straight up. Chin is tucked, neck is long. Take a huge feeling breath through the back of the body. Hold the breath, press your hand, block, and thigh together. So you want to create a little bit of resistance. And as you exhale, extend the right leg out like you would in elbow to knee. Spread through the toes and pull the belly down. Right knee comes back to neutral. That's an inhale. Hold the breath, press hand, block, thigh together, press. As you exhale, extend the right leg forward, spread through the toes, pull low belly down. Right knee comes back, take a huge breath in. Hold the breath, press hand, block, thigh together, press. As you exhale, extend the right leg forward, reach up through the left arm, pull low belly in. 2 more. Inhale back to the midline. Hold the breath, press hand, block, thigh together, press. Reaching the left arm skyward as you exhale, extend the right leg forward, reach, pull low belly in. Last one, inhale back through the midline. Hold the breath, hand, block, thigh, press. As you exhale, extend the right leg forward, reach, and then pull low belly down. Release, inhale back to the midline. Put both feet down as you exhale everything out. And then change the cross of your legs. So you've got the block on the right thigh, left hand on the block. If you've got your feet up like so, you've got your left forearm on the block. All righty. Right arm is straight up. Okay. Up towards the ceiling there. And then big feeling breath through the back of the body. Hold the breath, press hand, block, thigh together, press. And as you exhale, extend the left leg forward, spread through the left toes, and then pull low belly down. Inhale back. Hold the breath, press hand, block, thigh, press. As you exhale, extend left leg forward, reach from the hip joint, keep the chin tucked, and then pull the belly down. Inhale back to the midline, hold the breath. Press hand, block, and thigh together so you feel the resistance there. And then as you exhale, left leg forward, right arm skyward, pull low belly in. Inhale back to the midline. Hold the breath, press hand, block thigh, press, press. Extend left leg forward, reach right arm skyward, pull lower belly in. Inhale back to the midline. Last one, hold the breath, press hand, block thigh, press, press. Exhale, extend left leg forward, reach right arm skyward, pull lower belly in. Inhale back to the midline. Exhale, both feet down. Take a full feeling breath into the back of your body. Exhale out completely. And then staying on your back, take your arms out to shoulder height with your knees bent, feet flat. Pick your feet up off the floor. The chin stays tucked, the back of the neck is long. You can do this with the knees bent, or if you want a bit deeper, you can take the legs straight up. Inhale here in the midline. And then as you exhale, take the knees halfway over to the left. Keep your right shoulder firmly pressing into the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the opposite side. So you don't want to feel the left shoulder lift at all. Inhale back to the midline. Try and keep the knees glued together as you exhale, knees to the left. Maybe even turn your gaze to the right. Right shoulder stays down. Inhale back to the midline. Exhale, knees to the right. Left shoulder presses. Inhale back. And keep going now, working with the rhythm of your breath. So remember, we want to feel as though the breath is unbroken. We're marrying the movement with the breath, which is Vinyasa, that's what it is. And actually, if you're having a really advanced day, see if you can start the breath before you start the movement. So then you really get that sense of feeling as though the breath is moving the body rather than the other way around. Okay. Last time, inhale back through the midline, and this time take your legs straight up. Make sure the chin's tucked so the back of the neck is long. And then we're going to lower the right heel so it's about 2 inches away from the floor. The left heel presses up, like you want to imprint your left foot on the ceiling. And the right heel presses out like you want to imprint your right foot on the wall. So both legs, inner and outer leg lines, are active. The chin is tucked and the navel draws back towards the spine. Deep feeling breaths through the side and the back of the body, but keep it looping. The continuous flow of in and out, in and out. Bring the right leg up on the next breath in and lower the left leg down on the breath out. Hovering it 2 inches again. So you want to reach through both heels. Keep the chin tucked and the neck long, the feet active. It's the same thing. We want to feel the lower belly turn on. The breath stays fluid. Eyes are soft. And next breath in, the left leg comes up. That's an inhale. Knees to the chest of the next exhale. Take a full feeling breath in there. Exhale out completely. And then roll over and take hold of your block or your roll. And we're going to set up for gate opener. Now, if you're having a day where your back is hurting or you just need a less intense version, you can do it like you would do dragonfly on the wall. So you'd have your legs on the wall and you're just opening and closing as we do so with the block. But it means that the back is supported there. You're still getting the movement through the hips. Otherwise, we set up with the legs either straight up or knees bent. You guys decide. And the block is in between the thighs there, just resting on the groin. Fingers interlaced at the base of the skull, point the elbows up, relax the eyes. And then we inhale, spread the back across the mat there. Hold the breath, squeeze the block. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up and pull your belly down. Just a little pull, nothing too major. Put the left hand on the block, inhale, straddle the legs open. If you need to work with knees bent here in a frog position, no problem. As you exhale, curl pubic bone to navel, reach through the inner thighs, reach, then pull your belly down. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold the breath, squeeze the block, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up and then pull the lower belly down, like really gradually draw down. Put the right hand on the block, inhale, straddle. Exhale, curl, pubic bone to navel, reach through inner thighs, pull your belly in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Keep pulling the low belly down. Put the left hand on the block. Inhale, straddle. You spread through the toes as you exhale, curl. Pubic bone up towards the navel. Feel the reach through the inner thigh bones and then pull the belly down. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone, little squeeze of the roll, squeeze of the sit bones. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up and keep pulling the belly down. Put the right hand on the roll, inhale, straddle. Exhale, curl, pubic bone to navel. Reach through inner thighs, keep pulling low belly in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up, up, up. Keep pulling low belly down. With the left hand on the roll, inhale, straddle. Exhale, curl, pubic bone to navel, reach through inner thighs. Keep the knee joints soft. Pull low belly in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, lift head and shoulders come up. Reach the elbows skyward, chest skyward, pull low belly in. Put the right hand on the roll, inhale, straddle. Exhale, curl pubic bone up, reach through inner thighs. Send your left elbow up, pull the belly in. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, head down, feet down. Take a full feeling breath into your belly. As you exhale, track the energy through your legs and your arms. So you're moving the warmth from your navel through the whole of your body. And then from there, roll over onto one side. Come onto your hands on your knees. And let's set up for dolphin. So we'll progress through this, guys. You just take where you're at and then stop when you're at your kind of 70% capacity, I would say. Measure your upper arm bones, fingers interlaced. So you've either got the hands clasped. If you're feeling more strong, you can have your forearms parallel, but make sure they're like the number 11. So they're actually parallel. Let the back of the neck relax and then big breath through the upper back. If you need to stay on your knees today, do that. Otherwise, tuck the toes and exhale, straighten the legs. Now, once you're set, so whether you've got your knees up or down, you want to feel as though you're pressing the floor away. So there's a lifting up through the armpits and the side rib cage, and a letting go through the back of the neck. If you're happy here with both feet firmly on the floor, then stay. If you want to start to take this a little deeper, bring the feet slightly closer together. And as you inhale, start to take the right leg up, but only as far as you can to keep the pelvis closed, as in parallel to the floor. And the leg straight. So if you're bending the knee to get the leg higher, just lower it a little and get the leg super straight. We want to sense into the feeling that the leg that is lifted is lifting you up. Again, come back to that continuous loop of the breath. So no broken in between the inhale and the exhale. Just moves completely thoroughly in and out. If you've got the leg lifted, change sides, slowly lower the right and inhale the left leg. Same thing. Be aware of how you're lifting that leg. Use your butt, inner thighs, not your jaw. And same, you want to feel the breath is continuous, so there's no broken, no pausing, no holding. Breath flows in, breath flows out. And then from there, slowly lower the left leg down, put both knees down, sit back onto your heels and pause. Before we move, let the energy of that pause move through your tissues. Feel the aliveness through your upper body. And then come to stand at the top of the mat. We'll move through suns relatively slowly, but obviously to your breath. So if it's moving out of your breath count, then you work with your own kind of flow. Okay. Inhale the arms skyward. Keep the breath fluid as you exhale, fold. Step the left leg back for lunge. Inhale, arms up. Keep the breath fluid as you exhale, back, plank. Come forward on an inhale, let the knees lower down and come all the way. That's an exhale. Hands come forward for cobra, that's an inhale. And we lower back and press to down dog on the exhale. We take a steady breath in. Full breath out. And then the left leg steps on the inhale as the back knee goes down, the arms come up. We plant the palms and step forward on an exhale. Let the whole of the neck fall. Arms sweep skyward on an inhale. The breath lengthens, fingers spread, and then hands to heart as you exhale. We go again. Inhale, the arms lift skyward. Feet plug down. We fold forward on an exhale. The right leg back for lunge. That's an inhale. The arms reach. Plank. The knees go down as you lower on an exhale. The cobra is an inhale. And down dog is an exhale. We pause here for a full breath in. And link to the breath out. And the inhale, we step the right foot forward, the arms come up, fingers spread. We step forward to fold on an exhale, the back of the neck is long. We come on up over an inhale as the arms reach skyward. And hands to heart on an exhale. Let's do one more. So arms sweep up on an inhale. We'll let the breath take us forward on an exhale. The left leg back, arms up on an inhale. Plank with the knees down to lower on an exhale. Cobra is an inhale. And down dog is an exhale. Again, a full breath in. Blows into a full breath out. The next inhale, the left foot steps and the arms come skyward. And we fold and step forward on an exhale, like all the breath out. Blowing straight into the inhale, come all the way up. Hands to heart on an exhale. We'll go one last time. Again, the breath in. The breath out pulls us forward. The breath in with the right leg back and the arms skyward. And the breath out as we step to plank and lower all the way on the breath out. Cobra brings the breath in. Down dog brings the breath out. Take a feeling breath in here. Let it flow into the breath out. And then the breath in, the right foot steps forward. Bring the arms skyward, lift the chest. And both feet forward as you breathe out. We come all the way up on the breath in. And hands to heart as you breathe out. Step the right foot back for warrior two legs, so your left foot is at the top of the mat. And we're setting up for bird wings, so the elbows are into the side of the rib cage. Fingers spread nice and wide. Feel the back of the head over the sacrum, so you've got a nice long spine. The jaw is relaxed. And still keeping that continuity of the breath. So as you breathe in, feel the chest lift a little. And then let the breath out, move your arms away from the midline. So this little squeeze of the elbows into the side ribs. Again, we inhale the arms back to the midline. A little squeeze of the upper arms onto the rib cage as you breathe out. And keep going, a few rounds there. Let the breath feel as though it's moving your body. And you'll notice when we start to work so thoroughly with watching the loop of the breath and not allowing it to break, the movement, the way we move changes. Yeah, do one more big feeling breath, spreading through the palms as the arms come out. The feeling breath as we bring the arms in. And then keep the legs the same without changing the breath. Inhale the arms straight up. Take the right hand back for reverse. As you exhale, the left arm comes over. Remember, we want to feel again that lifting through the left side ribs. So even breaths that flow from in to out. Maybe, yeah, we're stationary in the pause, but there's still so many little micro movements. Be very aware as you're breathing in and breathing out. These tiny little moves in the body. And head to ankle prep. Come up as you bring your left hand inside the left thigh and the right hand on the floor. So you can have the right hand under your right shoulder or take it back towards the right foot. Take an inhale as you do and let the chest lift. And then use the left hand to guide the left thigh bone forward and let the back of the neck go. So we just want to be no more, I'd say, than 70% of what we can do. We're using the breath in a very specific way that it touches into the left hip joint. We want to feel as though the breath can flow and circulate in that place, like drawing more energy there. Release, walk the hands to the top of the mat, step back to plank. You can do this with the knees up or down, lower all the way on the breath out. Come up into a cobra on the breath in. And then down dog on the breath out. The right foot steps for bird wing on the second side. Let's come back into warrior two. This time, take the elbows a little bit further away from the rib cage so they're not touching. The fingers are still spread, little bend there through the back knee if you need. And then again, we inhale the breath right up into the collarbones. As you exhale, feel the breath squeeze out through the back of the body. The arms move away from the midline. And then again, inhale the arms back to midline. Feel the breath fill the upper lobes of the chest. Exhale, move the arms away from the midline. Upper back squeezes, chest opens. Then continue on. So that's same, it's a gentle movement through the arms. We're interested in keeping the breath unbroken. So again, the breath moves before we move. The inhale and then the arms start to move out. Start exhaling and then the arms come in. Let's do one more. And then without changing your breath, inhale, the arms come straight up. The left hand back for reverse as the right arm comes over. Just notice where you grip. So feel the tension through the right side of the neck. Maybe the feet are gripping onto the mat. Feel for relaxing through the toes. All the while, the breath is unbroken. Notice how the focus, the tension on the breath, like that much focus on not breaking the breath, cannot not anchor the mind. There's somewhere in this practice, the mind gets stiller. And then we come to head to ankle. So the right hand comes inside of the right thigh there. Left hand moves back towards the left foot. And we're using the hand to guide the right thigh bone forward, just enough to feel like we're creating space between the joints. And then once you feel the space between the joints, breathe into there like you're creating a little pocket of air. And that pocket of air is what cushions the bones. Let the neck go, let the jaw go. Feel the shin bones working. And then release. Step to down dog only. Take a full breath through the back of the body. Send your sit bones up as you breathe out, and a little contraction of the navel back towards the spine. Step the left foot forward, put the back knee down for twisting lunge. The left hand is on the left thigh. Inhale the right arm up. Let the twist be guided by your breath out as you exhale. Little fist with the right hand, left hand on top. As you inhale, lengthen the crown of the head forward. So let the breath be what draws you longer. And then start to exhale and then twist. Keep letting the neck go. And now in the twist, the breath moves into the belly. So we want to use the continuity of the breath like a massage for our abdomen, for the internal organs. The belly contracts back towards the spine as you breathe out. Legs are steady. And then release, put the right hand on the floor, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee up or keep it down and exhale the left arm skyward. So we've got an easy twisting lunge, back knee up or down. And again, the breath is just rotating the spine. We're interested in the breath beginning before the movement. The movement follows the breath. Release for lounge lunge. Put the back knee down, take the right hand ahead. Left hand hugs onto the left shin and then hang right rib cage. So a little less intense. It's an option there then to start to regather the breath. Just feel for the parts of your body that tense unnecessarily. Where are you overworking through your muscles? Where could you activate more? And then release. Step to plank, come down and the breath all the way out. Cobra is a breath in, little squeeze of the shoulder blades. And down dog is a breath out. Keeping the breath moving as we step the right foot forward, the back knee goes down, right hand is on the right thigh and the left arm reaches. That's an inhale and then start to exhale, then twist. Little fist with the left hand, right hand goes on top. Feel the breath draw your spine longer, like it's coming from the outside in. And then exhale and start to twist. Think about the awareness being absolutely at the navel center here. It's really, really common, like the tension that we feel in our extremities, like our legs and our arms, 9 times out of 10 comes from some kind of tension in our internal organs. And we start to work at releasing the tension internally. Always it seems to be that the tension externally also rectifies. Your mind's eye, keep your awareness at your belly as you breathe in. Drawing the navel back as you breathe out. And then release the left hand to the floor. You can keep the back knee down, no worries. Otherwise, toes tucked, right arm reaches skyward. And again, it's like you're on a little skewer, like a kebab. You twist through the spine, keep the pelvis still, keep the legs still, keep the neck relaxed. Release from there for lounge lunge. Take the left hand forward, draw the right knee in. Whatever you want to do with your head, you can let the head hang through the midline, head to the shoulder, whatever works. And then again, feel for softness. So notice where you grip internally. Maybe let the lower belly relax a little. And then release, press to down dog only. Downward facing dog. Just notice here, halfway through class, like what's changed. Pause to feel. Inhale, step the left foot forward. We come into warrior interlock. So you're in a warrior two position. You can do a half bind here. So the left hand is on the left thigh and the right arm comes behind. If you've got the range, you come into a full bind. But try to bind at the knee joint. So we don't want to force a bind at the hip joint. If that's the case and you're really forcing, just come into the half bind. That's plenty. Let the neck go. So notice what happens to the breath when the pause becomes a little bit stronger. Suddenly there's these breaks and pauses and holds. So keep the continuity of the breath. And then from there, release. You can use a block here if you need. Left hand is inside the left foot and the right arm comes over. So if you feel when you get down that it's really squashed, you just want a little bit more space through the rib cage, just pop a block there. Bring the floor to your hand. And that way, both sides get the benefit of the breath. So we work intelligently in a way that allows us to prop ourselves enough so we get maximum oxygen to the cells, rather than maximum followers on Instagram. Let the brain relax. And then slowly release. We're going to reset the feet here. So come all the way back up to standing. Bring that back foot in. So we reset for pyramid. There's actually not a massive amount of length between the feet here for most of us. So be quite modest and then check that your pelvis is tracking straight forward. Inhale, lift the chest, collarbones spread, and then you extend the spine forward. So again, blocks are useful if you want to feel less intensity or you just need a bit of support. Inhale, lift and lengthen. So the breath is moving your spine. And then you exhale to fold over the leg. Again, the back of the neck is long. The back teeth are separate. The skin around your face is really loose, like hanging off your skull. And then release from there. We'll step to plank. That's an inhale. The knees go down as we lower on the exhale. Cobra. Big breath in on the inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Let's keep it moving so there's no breaks. The right foot forward. We come into warrior two. So again, forearm on the thigh is an option. Full interlock is another option. You go with what's available. Maybe this side's totally different. And then let the neck go. So remember, the neck is the channel between the brain and the rest of our body. And it's so congested through our lifestyle anyway, but then we congest it more through thinking we need to look in certain places in our practice. What we want is to open up the channel between the brain and the body so we're not so separate. And then release. Use a block if you need. The right hand on the floor. Take the left arm over. If shoulders are a problem, you can just keep the hand at the sacrum there. Otherwise, aim to get the left arm overhead. See that nice clean line from your pinky finger on the left to the left hip joint. Steady breath, steady gaze. Just be aware if you're like super intensely looking at the wall. Just let your eyes soften. Check out how you're breathing. So notice if that continuity suddenly just become very not continuity. Just come back to that real simple focus of following the breath in, making sure it continues into the breath out. And use your left arm to come up. Reset. Come into pyramid. So again, you just want feet about hip width laterally. Inhale, lift the chest up, spread through the collarbones. And then we go forward on the exhale. So you can have hands on blocks. Depends how you're feeling about your hammies. Separate your teeth, soften your eyes, maybe even close the eyes at this point. And so you can get a sense of the feeling that the energy is moving down through your legs here. So we're grounding energy down now. It's a little bit of an opportunity to kind of integrate the practice, start to move towards the end. And then the next breath in, we're just going to come, actually, no, we'll step back to down dog. My bad. Take a big breath in when you get to down dog. Exhale everything out. We've got one last vignette, but it's a really nice one, I promise. So, step your left foot forward. Parallel the feet. So we're setting up for flank stretch. Actually, it's not that nice, but it will feel nice afterwards. Feet about 3 feet apart. Pigeon toe your feet. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Hinge straight forward as you exhale. Walk your hand over to the left. Grab your right hand on your left ankle. The left hand can be on top of the right, or if you can, put the left hand outside the left foot. Take an inhale there. Fold forward as you exhale and then arc the right rib cage towards the right leg. But keep feeling like you're really folding this forward, like so the spine is lengthening down towards the floor. And then there's this sense like there's something pulling you through the right ribs towards the right, but it's really gradual. If you do have your left hand on the floor, you can even push into that left hand a little bit, which will open the right rib cage more. Keep the breath continuous. Same. And we're going to walk that left foot towards the top of the mat. You probably need to bring the back foot in a little. We're coming into twisted triangle. You can have a block or no block, inside or outside the left foot. The right hand is either on the floor or a block. The left arm comes up. We're squeezing the thighs into the midline as the arm reaches skyward. And then again, that little twist through the spine from the navel. Slowly release that, take the block forward. We set up for vertical splits. You inhale, lift the right leg. Keep the pelvis parallel to the floor. We're not trying to get our personal best vertical splits. We just want to feel that both legs are working. So remember at the beginning when we did the ab thing where we had one leg up and one leg 2 inches above the floor? Same thing. Both heels press evenly. Both inner leg lines are active. Everything else is relaxed. There's no struggle. Little bend through the elbows, the chest moves down, and then maybe you can take the leg a bit higher. No one really cares if you can or you can't if you're not breathing. It's like focus on the breath. Steady in, steady out. And then release. Step to down dog only. Pause there to recover. And then we step the right foot forward. It's the same thing again. Pigeon toe the feet. Only about 3 feet apart. We don't need to do the whole length of the mat thing. And then inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale to fold forward. Left hand onto the right ankle this time. Place your right hand wherever it reaches. Take an inhale just to draw a little bit of length and then keep folding forward as you breathe out. So there's an invisible force that draws your left ribs to your left leg. It comes from the outside. You keep letting the back of the neck go and the jaw soften. Just feel for the quality of energy that's running through your blood. Like it feels, even though like each blood cell's got more room, there's more space. And we'll move into twisted triangles. The back foot comes in, the hand is inside or outside the right foot, and the right arm reaches skyward. The thighs move into the midline like there's a block there. If you need a block under your left hand, no worries. You'll notice when you're in these positions, like there's quite a lot of little movements in your body. That's Vata. That's Vata energy. Let that Vata energy like move itself into stillness so that your body does not move at all. And release. Come into vertical splits, hands on the floor. Left leg lifts. Use a block under your hands if you need, no worries. Keep drawing the left leg skyward, letting the back of the head go. Elbows bend. Press just as much through the foot that's on the floor as the foot that is lifted, just like we did again at the beginning. And then slowly lower this time. Left foot to meet the right and come all the way up to stand on the breath in. Feet will be about hip width apart. We're coming to standing forward bend with neck traction. So inhale, lift the chest up and then fold forward as you exhale. So you can just dangle, that's fine. I like the neck traction. You've got 2 ways you can do it. So if you've got hair, slide your hands through where the hairline starts at the top of your forehead and grab 2 big clumps of hair. And then you let your elbows just hang free and it takes the skull skin off the skull. The skull skin, probably called the scalp. It takes that away. It just gives a little bit of a release of tension around the head. If you don't like that sensation, which is, understandable, interlace your fingers and bring your hands to where your skull and your neck bones meet. Let the elbows hang down. You can get a traction on the neck that way. We feel all those tiny little gripping muscles, particularly along the upper spine, that work to keep the spine upright. This is one chance that they get to not work. And then release, come all the way up to standing. Let's take a seat. We'll sit cross-legged if you can. If you want to sit up on a block, maybe not the best idea, but if you need to, you can. We'll do a neck release. So have the left leg in front of the right, and the left hand is underneath the left butt cheek. So you're sat on top of the hand. Inhale, lift the chest up. Keep the chest lifted and just lean slightly to your right. Then let the right ear rest towards the right shoulder. See, what you're feeling for is a releasing sensation through the left side of the neck and probably the top of the left shoulder, maybe even around the collarbone there. So we're not trying to force this. It's very much an organic rate of release. And then we keep the chest lifted and we keep a little bit of a lean. Just start to take the tip of your nose towards your right shoulder. Maybe the chin comes in a little bit towards the chest. You'll notice how that changes sensation and probably the location of the release. And then lastly, we'll just bring both hands to the knees. Keep the chest and collarbones lifted. Let the head hang through the midline. So all the tissues there at the back of the neck again get an opportunity to not work. And then place the left hand at your forehead. Help your head up to keep the neck relaxed. And then change the cross of the legs. The right leg comes in front of the left. The right hand slides underneath the right butt cheek. You'll inhale, lift your chest up. Slide to your left, like just a little lean. And then let the left ear rest towards left shoulder. So again, there's always the temptation with the neck, particularly because a lot of us have tension in the neck, to really want to go deep, but let this be. It's like you want to feel like it's a warm, fuzzy feeling through the right side of the neck. You can feel the tissue inside the brain unwind, inner right ear, all the thickened fascia around the collarbone on the right. And get the breath into those places just with ease. Keep the breath looping in, looping out. And we turn the tip of the nose towards the shoulder. Same again. The chin might come in a little bit. It might not. You decide. And really take your awareness inward now, a bit almost at Shavasana. And feel inward to the areas that might just need a tiny bit more breath, tiny bit more attention to finally let go. And then we let the head hang through the midline. Both hands are on the knees, but the chest and collarbones stay lifted. And we place the right hand, the forehead. We help the head up. And we lay back for our final rest. Shavasana. So take your time. Set this up intentionally. You need a block or a bolster at the back of your head or your thighs. Maybe for the first few minutes of this pause, you focus on breathing. Again, looped in and looped out. Breath continues to flow. Remember your breath. To feel for breathing in the space you have created inside. Let's take time to transition, move to one side and pause there. Eventually we'll come to seated, so that the hands rest easy at the heart. Just feeling for what an hour and 15 has given you in terms of how you feel. That time to just focus on breathing in and breathing out. How each cell in the body feels as though it's been acknowledged. That little light buzz that moves across the skin. And now you can move through your day from this place. Taking that continuity of the breath with you. Let's take one final breath in together. Flowing straight into the breath out together. We bow and say namaste. Gracias. Merci. Amen. Aho. Om.